Hello and welcome to the United Devils YouTube channel. Today I will be discussing the story that broke earlier in the week that Paul Pogba may not be included in United's starting 11 for their first game back since the enforced break against Tottenham Hotspur on Friday evening. Stories broke earlier in the week in an article written by Laurie Whitwell, a journalist in the Northwest who tends to have the good inside scoop on what's going on at United. He suggested that training sessions and the friendly games that they've played during the warm-up to the season resuming have seemed to suggest that Paul Pogba won't be included in United's starting 11 come Friday evening. Naturally, I feel people will start to think that this is a sign that Paul Pogba is about to leave the club, but I think there are a number of factors that we need to look at before we come to this conclusion. First of all, Paul Pogba, like a lot of players involved in this game on Friday evening, are returning from long-term injuries. Our very own Marcus Rashford will hopefully be making a return. He's not played since the beginning of the year. Players like Harry Kane and Heung-min Son for Tottenham are also long-term absentees who are only just back to fitness, so it's unclear at this stage the capability of any of these players to play 90 minutes or to play from the start. Also, the midfield played brilliantly just before the break during United's upturning form. Players like Fred, McTominay and the signing of Bruno Fernandes has really sort of transformed our midfield, and it played a crucial role in making us successful in the games against Chelsea and Manchester City. So Ollie may just feel that he owes it to these guys to sort of see if they can pick up where they left off, and may feel that Pogba, like every other player in the squad, has to prove his worth and has to work hard to get into this team, which that is no bad thing in my opinion. However, like a lot of United fans, I'm sure I was excited about seeing how the Pogba-Fernandes partnership may dovetail in midfield, and just the possibility of how it could potentially take the club to the next level. I think we all agree that if Pogba and Fernandes, can strike a partnership in midfield, then that partnership does have the potential to make United a much stronger force, and hopefully next season pushes on to greater things. Obviously Pogba's future is always going to be in question at United. It's something that's been a question mark ever since he came back to the club in his first season. But it's looking more and more unlikely that Pogba will leave United this summer, regardless of whether he plays on Friday night or not. The pandemic has hit every club financially, and the type of fee that United will be demanding for Pogba, it's just not, I think, realistic for any club in Europe at the moment. So every day it's looking more and more likely that Paul Pogba will stay a Manchester United player. It's worth pointing out at this point as well, the club that always comes up when Paul Pogba's name is mentioned with a transfer is Real Madrid. Well, it's been pretty clear in the last few days that they've made it clear to Ajax, for example, that they're not prepared to pay the £50 million that it would probably take to secure a player like Donny van der Beek from Ajax. So if United are looking for £100 million from Pogba, I don't see how they're going to be able to make that deal happen. So the potential of a move to somewhere like Real Madrid is off the cards. Now, I don't necessarily think that means that Paul Pogba will sign a contract. There is an option to extend his contract by a further year, and that's at the club's discretion, and I'm sure that that's something that they'll do. But United will hope that they can start to integrate Pogba into their midfield, and he can start playing with the likes of Bruno Fernandes and a rejuvenated Fred and an ever-growing Scott McTominay, and slowly but surely realise that there's potential in this club, and therefore, he may convince himself that this is the place he needs to be and help the club win trophies in the future. Now, Paul Pogba, For me though, regardless of where Paul may see his future moving forward, these 9 games really should work to United's advantage, because if he is convinced that by United's new team and the new sort of culture that's within the squad, then we're going to have a happy player on our hands, and a player that's going to want to play well and be a part of that. Also, ultimately, on the other hand, if Paul's thinking of a move away, he's now got 9 games where he's going to have to play extremely well to convince a team anywhere in the world that he's worth taking a chance on. So, again, United will only benefit from his level of performance. So, and that could be the difference between us finishing in the top 4 as opposed to just outside of it where we are at the moment. Regardless of how many minutes Paul may play for United between now and the end of the season, the rumours won't go away. We know that. It's part and parcel of the game. The key for Solskjaer as manager, however, will be using whatever Paul's motivation is for playing well if he gets on the pitch at any point to benefit the team and hopefully get us into those crucial Champions League places. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more content like this.